Good morning everybody, welcome to the YogaCandi YouTube channel. My name's Candace and today I have an all levels morning yoga stretch to help you wake up and feel really good in your body. So today is for everybody, so feel free to have some yoga blocks if you have them. If you don't have them but you need help in certain stretches and things like that, then grab a nice firm cushion, or you can even grab a couple of books, just something that you can use to help ease you into a pose, but you can also use them to help get you deeper into a pose. So we'll be offering different variations in some of our stretches this morning, but just do your best. Make sure that you listen to your body. If you feel pain, just gently ease out of a pose and sit in a comfortable seat and wait for the next position, or just make sure you don't go too deep. So with flexibility especially, or stretching, it's always better to not push yourself, because if you do and you end up pulling a ligament or something like that, the recovery time really does take a long time. So it's always better to stay on the safe side and just do it so gradually and gently over time. The best thing with yoga is to always be continuous in your practice, be consistent, and then that's what's going to bring you into a deeper variation of each pose. So rather slower than quicker. Okay, so let's begin. In a nice comfortable seat, just sit up tall through the spine, close your eyes. Take the tops of the hands to the knees with the palms facing the sky. Relax your face. Just take natural breathing at this point and take note of where you may feel tension in the body, and also of how the breath is this morning. Is it a bit shallow? Are you congested? If you're feeling congested today, then you can keep your breath through your mouth if needed. But otherwise, try your best to breathe in and out of the nostrils. And when you're ready, start to engage a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. A slow, long breath. If you're more intermediate and you understand Ujjayi breath in now, you can start to engage it and keep it going throughout this class today. Drop your head to the left. Let's find some neck rolls from shoulder to shoulder. Drop your head to the right, hold it there, extend your left arm down to the ground and use your right hand to place it on the top of your head, just to get a little deeper into this next stretch. Release the head, drop the right arm down to the ground and roll your neck to the left. Let it hang there. Take your left hand to the top of your head. Gently guide your head a little closer towards the left side, getting deeper into the stretch. Release the head back to center. You can open your eyes and just give your head a couple more rolls from shoulder to shoulder. And then let's bring this right arm up and over your ear, taking a side body stretch. You can stay up on this left arm and keeping the left arm straight. If you'd like to, and you have the flexibility, come down onto your forearm on the left side. Tilt your chest towards the sky along with your face, opening up through the chest. Try to keep both your sit bones on the ground. Breathe into the side body. Okay, let's take it over to the other side. You can stay up on this right arm, or come down to the forearm. Listen to your body. Tilt the chest towards the sky. Keep your sit bones on the ground and breathe deep. Come back to center. Make your way into a tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch, tuck the chin and the tailbone. Taking 3 just like that. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch. One more. Extend your arms out in front of you and start to bring your forehead down to the ground. If this isn't possible, then put your forehead onto one of your blocks. So we want to try to stack the knees with the hips. Keep your elbows off of the ground. Hug your belly button back. Tuck your toes and slide your hands a little closer towards your body. Send your hips up and back into your first downward facing dog. You may find that you're stiff as it's in the morning, so just walk your dog. So walk your knees, straighten and bend. And if you find downward facing dog very uncomfortable for your wrists or your arms, you're always welcome to take a variation by placing your blocks shoulder distance and place your hands onto your blocks for your down dog. This is a lovely variation if you find that you're very uncomfortable in a down dog. And don't worry if your heels don't touch the ground. With time they may do. Bend your knees as much as you need to in your down dog. slightly internal rotation of the knees and external rotation of the shoulder blades. So you're trying to guide your shoulder blades away from each other. Keep your breath deep here, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Lift your right leg, look forwards, and just draw that knee towards your right elbow. Hold it for a second, and then see if you can place that foot on the outside edge of your right hand. So this is like a runner's lunge. Just hold this, feeling that stretch through the psoas muscle on the left side. You can always find a bounce, and if this isn't possible, use your blocks to raise your hands up. And when you're ready, you're going to take that back knee down to the ground. So we're in lizard pose now. You can stay up tall, just like this. You can have your hands on your blocks, or you can always bring a block in front of you and perhaps place your forearms onto the block. If you're very flexible in your hips, you may be able to bring your forearms down to the ground. That's a little more intermediate, so just be where you are today. It's first thing in the morning. Hold back rather than going too far. Keep the breath deep. Close your eyes and just really feel into this pose. Come up off the back knee now, so you're back in your runner's lunge, and just step this left foot to the outside edge of the left hand. Just like that. Now sit your bum down. We're coming into Malasana, Yogi squat. Again, you can sit your bum onto one of your blocks. That will help to elevate your hips, and it will help to keep this pose a little more accessible for some people. If your heels are very lifted, maybe go and grab a towel and put a rolled towel underneath. Sorry, if your heels are elevated, you could put a rolled up towel just underneath your heels. Use your elbows to push your knees apart. Send your tailbone all the way down to the ground. Have your hands in prayer at your heart's center and press your chest up towards the sky. Hug your belly button back and suck up through the pelvic floor. So as you hug your belly button back towards the spine, you'll feel a lift in the pelvic floor as well. Getting that root lock. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. And we're going to breathe here for a while, so taking some nice deep breaths. Okay, take your hands down to the ground just in front of you and have your fingers face towards the behind you and the thumbs on the outside edges of your hands. So while you're still in your squat, just giving your wrists a little stretch out here, and then plant your hands shoulder distance. Send your tailbone towards the sky. Take your hands between your feet, close towards the inside edges of your arches, and let's step that right leg back into a runner's lunge. So you've got this left foot now on the outside edge of the left hand. You can find a bounce or a rock. You can place your hands onto your blocks if you need some elevation. And then slowly draw the back knee to the ground. In for your lizard pose on the opposite side now. So getting deep into that psoas muscle on the right side. But you're also opening up through the left hip. 2 birds, 1 stone here. So just try to ease yourself into the pose. Close your eyes if you would like to. We're going to take some deep breaths. Come up off the back knee. Lift this left foot off the ground, hold it close to your arm, and then lift it back behind you, look forwards. Now step down into your downward facing dog. Holding our dog for 3 breaths. Now look forwards, and as best you can, jump with your feet on the outside edges of your hands. So just take a little hop. Feet should be wide, nice and wide. Take your toes so they point slightly inwards and your heels outwards. From the hips, hinge from the hips, bend your knees as much as you need to. We're going to fold into a wide-legged forward fold. Take an interlace of your hands behind your spine and allow them to fall up and over your head, stretching out the shoulders. So 2 birds, 1 stone once again. We're stretching the shoulders and we're stretching the inside edges of the legs and down the hamstrings. Breathe deep. With your hands behind and up and over your head, you can squeeze your palms together, you can allow them to fall open, or you can turn your palms away from your body. Try all of those variations, whatever works for you. If this doesn't work for you at all, then you can just allow your hands to hang heavy, maybe just hold on to your elbows. You can find a little rock if that feels good. Or you can just hold on to the backs of your legs, the backs of your calves. So whatever variation works, take it. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Plant your hands and start to walk your feet so that they hip distance. Send your tailbone down to the ground. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So take your hands a few inches away from your bum, shoulder distance, feet hip distance. And now we're going to inhale. Have your thumbs on the inside edges of your hands, fingertips facing towards the feet. We're going to inhale and lift the hips up towards the sky. Allow your head to fall back. You'll feel a lovely stretch down the shoulders. Squeeze your glutes. Now slowly keep your head where it is. Start to draw your bum down to the ground. And very last, you lift your head up so that you don't strain your neck. Stay where you are. Now take your right leg and place the ankle onto the knee, or onto the thigh, so that you're opening your leg out into this shape I'm going to show you, into a figure 4 shape on your leg. Engage your foot so that your toes are facing towards the sky, and just sit up. You're going to feel the stretch through the hip and into the glute. It's like a seated pigeon. You can find a rock if that feels good and just rock your leg from side to side, or you can be still, close the eyes and just feel the pose. The closer your chest is to your right shin, the more intense the stretch will be. So be where you are today, just breathe into it. And the lower you have this left leg, the more accessible this pose may be if you're very tight in your hips. Okay, release that leg out in front of you. Just give it a little stretch. And now we're going to swap sides. So take the right leg hip distance, and we're going to bring this left leg into that figure 4 shape on that thigh. Remember to engage the foot so you have the toes facing up towards the sky. You can find a rock if that feels good. There's always little ways to modify a class to make it yours, to make it more suitable for your body. We're all so unique, and we're all at totally different levels as well. So just always listen to where you're at and how you're feeling. The closer that you get the shin towards your chest, the more intense the stretch will be. If you can, close your eyes and just breathe into the stretch. Okay, release that foot. Keep your feet hip distance and just roll your spine all the way down. Keep a block close to your hips just for a moment. Roll your spine down. Oh, this may feel lovely first thing in the morning. Now we're going to take bridge pose. So take a little feel with your hands down the sides of your body. Make sure you can just about touch your heels. And then you're going to slowly raise your hips to the sky in your bridge pose. You can interlace your fingertips behind and underneath your body. See how high you can lift those hips and keep your knees in line with your hips. Don't allow your knees to fall open. You can just hold this pose for 3 breaths while you lift using your strength. But if you want it to be a passive stretch, then take your block on the highest level, place it on your sacrum, so that's the hard bit just above your tailbone. And you can just rest onto those blocks into this back bend. So you can make it an active back bend, or you can make it passive by resting onto your block. The choice is yours. 3 deep breaths. Okay, remove your block if it's there. And vertebrae by vertebrae, move your spine all the way down to the ground. Hold behind your knees, hug your knees up towards your body and give them a little circle, so open them out to the sides and then back towards each other, just through the hips. And then find a little roll from side to side, massaging out the spine. Now taking that grip behind your knees, maybe find some momentum and try to rock yourself up into a seat. So just catch it as you come up to the top, just massaging through the spine. You may even catch a boat pose and want to take one. Feel free to do that if you would like to. It's okay if that's not in your practice or you don't want to catch your boat. It's a nice challenge though, so feel free to have a go. Taking a few more little rolls here. Okay, now cross your legs and find a comfortable seat of your choice. Comfortable cross-legged seat. Inhaling the hands to the sky, look up. Twist over towards the right. We're going to take a seated twist here. So taking that left hand to the right knee. Look behind you and over that right shoulder and close your eyes. You may even want to take a grip of your shirt or the inside edge of your left thigh. Breathe deep. Come back to center. Inhale, arms come to the sky. Twist to the opposite direction. Right hand to the left knee. Twist and look behind you. Maybe you can take a grip of the inside edge of that right thigh. Sit up tall. Breathe deep. Okay, inhale, hands to the sky, look up. Take a stretch and then draw your hands back down. Give your wrists a little roll out. You can change whichever foot is in front now in your cross-legged position. And let's just take a moment here for a complete silence together before we end our class. Sit up tall, hug the belly button back, shoulders just drop down. Rest the muscles in the face and breathe naturally. Okay, you can bat your eyelids open. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope this morning's stretch has set you off all ready and free feeling for the day. Let me know in the comments below how it made you feel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, thank you for joining me again. And don't forget to leave me a comment and a thumbs up if you really enjoyed today's class. There's also a heart button where you guys can donate. And if you choose to do so, then I'm very grateful. So until next time, namaste everybody.